So on paper, YouTube just makes so much sense when paired with game dev. But if I want YouTube to help my game dev be profitable, I need to use it the right way. So today I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to be using YouTube, not to sell games, but to build a rock solid community that will work back into my studio and make my game dev profitable. And I have a clear example of how I'm going to do that today, so stick around. But before we get into it, guys, I want to mention that I'm on an active journey towards making my game dev studio profitable. I'm sharing everything I'm doing and why I'm doing it twice a week here on this channel. So if you're curious of if I can do it or of what not to do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and join the Discord for active updates. Okay, let's get into it. So, what can YouTube not be for me? For really maybe any dev, but for me specifically. It cannot be a way to sell games. It cannot be my marketing engine. I can't rely on it to find new people to play my game. I can't do that. It cannot be that. It also can't be a way to search for virality. You know, I can't be sitting here just hoping and wishing to get millions of views on these videos pouring in, to pay the bills through AdSense or whatever. It cannot be that because it's just too unreliable, And of course you could make the case of pouring into it in a different way to maybe get the views that you need or sell the games that you want, but that's not what I want to do here. I can't rely on it in that way. Here's what it needs to be for me, at least. This is just me again, whatever, but it needs to be a way to build a community. Build a community that cares about the games that they've already bought, that want to go look deeper into the games that we have made. But how do you build a good community? And I've been thinking about this question. I think the best way to build a community is to interact with the community. And I had the best example of this the other day. The other day, after I released my video, I kind of got a negative comment. It's the internet. You're going to get negative comments, especially if you're on YouTube talking like this. It's just the way it is. Everybody has an opinion, and I respect it. And I got a negative comment. And for context, here it is. So typically when I get a negative comment like that, it's just like water off the back. It has to be that way because I cannot let every negative comment pierce me like that. It just can't be the case. And I'm pretty good at just, letting it go. But sometimes a comment, specifically with this one where it was like a reasonable comment, like, okay, yeah, I get it about the B-roll, But the one below that, I was like, okay, bro, I get it. I like to yap. I like to talk. Okay, it is what it is. Sometimes I try to weed through the negativity to kind of get to what they were trying to say. And yeah, sometimes it's probably weird to see B-roll from a different game in my videos, and I get that 100%. But from my perspective, I'm just like, hey, I want to show off a game. I've gotten tons of comments that are like, what's that game? And I'm like, it's this, it's a very cool game. And they're like, cool, thanks. And so it is what it is. But in making this video, I had community building on the mind. And I was like, how can I take this comment and use it to better the community? How can I take what they said and use it to give back to the community that's given so much to me? Because my motto for the internet is to kill them with kindness. Because if a negative person brings you down to their level and then you're negative to them, there's two losers in that scenario. No winners. Whereas if you can be kind and reconciliation can take place, there's two winners. And you have overcome that negativity with positivity. And you can literally actively make the world a better place, one person at a time. Not that I'm trying to change minds, but hey, we can be positive about this instead of negative. So what did I do about this negative comment and how did I build a community through it? Well, going forward now, instead of having B-roll of games that I really like, I'm going to have B-roll of games that you guys are making. So if you have a game that you're making and you want people to see it, join the Discord. And I have a new tab called Gameplay Submissions, I think. Put your gameplay in there and I'm gonna put it in this video. I'm gonna put it in these videos. Just as a way to give back to the community, interact with the community. They give so much to me, I wanna give back to them. And this is a win-win-win, and I'm pumped about it. And I really love the idea of doing that. And I also love the idea of taking that negativity that person brought. Maybe they didn't mean to me negative, whatever, but taking what I perceived as negative and making a positive out of it. And that is awesome. That is what I am here to do. That is the community that I want to build, a community where we're interacting and building off of each other. But I want YouTube to be a resource for fans to learn more about us and what we're doing, but the question still remains. How can a community lead to profitability? Well, when you have a rock solid community, people care about what you make. I love Nintendo. I love Zelda. I love Metroid. I want to buy a Metroid shirt. I want to buy a Zelda shirt. I want to buy Nintendo powers. This is a thing that they provide. This is an opportunity they provide that I'm happy to give a few dollars to because of the community that Nintendo has built. Now, Nintendo has done some questionable things lately. I am very aware of that. I don't love it. But I'm happy to give them 15 bucks for a shirt. And so when asked how can community transfer to profitability, you're really just asking people, hey, do you care about this thing? Do you want to physically embody this thing? If you do, here's a shirt. It's just 15 bucks, you know, or it's $10, you know, this coaster, you know, hey, Nintendo, I would love to give you 10 bucks for the coaster. 10 bucks is kind of crazy. 5 bucks. 5 bucks for the coaster. Sure. And it quickly becomes like, okay, you know, a way to give the community an opportunity to support you. And YouTube is amazing at this because there's merch options, there's AdSense, there's sponsorships, there's live donations. There's so many ways for a community to pour back into creators that they really love. And that's really what I want to foster. And it's not just like a greedy, like, I want the money from you and I'm gonna be nice to you. No, I genuinely just want to I'm just here, just like you guys. And we're just a community of developers, and that's really just what I want to build. And if I make a game and you care about a character and I make a shirt with that character on it and you want to buy it, I'm happy to give it to you or sell it to you, you know? And that's really what building a community looks like. It cannot be a way to sell games, at least for me. It can't be a way to show new people my games. It needs to be a community of people that cares about my games already, that wants to care about it more, that wants to pour into it more, to give back to the creators of the games they care about the most. And Nintendo is the perfect example of that. So yes, that is what YouTube is going to be for me. And like I said at the beginning of this video, 2 videos a week is what I'm doing here to build that community. And after this stint of trying to get to 500 bucks a month by the end of the year, I'm not sure what YouTube will look like for me. I'm obviously still going to make YouTube videos and be live and all that stuff, but I want a new goal to get to with the community. Because without the community, we're nothing. And that's super cool and worth it, I think, you know, because then I can get feedback, whether it's positive or negative. Next video is going to be about game dev, and I'm super pumped to talk more about that. So again, hit that like and subscribe button and join the Discord if you want to have your B-roll of your game submitted into this, because I'd love to show it off because you guys are amazing. Okay guys, hit that like and subscribe button and I'll join you on the flip side. Bye. That was a weird bye, but you get it, I hope.